Hello everyone, today is the day 7 of the training and here are some assignment questions. So the first question is create a document on waterfall model and explain each phase of this model in your own words. So the phases of the waterfall model are so the first is the requirement phase where you will be collecting all the requirements what are necessary for the project from the client. The client will be giving you all the requirements. So the second phase is the design phase, design and development. So you will be having whatever things to design, that is high level designing, low level designing. Like for this project you have to go on a high level design or a low level design. It is decided in this design phase, and development of the project is done here. Once the development is done, you'll be implementing that. So implementation phase will be done once after completing the design and development. So after implementation, your verification phase, which will be like we will be verifying this software with the requirements given by the client. So whatever requirements are specified in the first stage, you'll be verifying that all the things which were provided by the client is implemented properly or no. So everything is done in this verification phase. Once after the verification is done, you'll be doing the maintenance phase, like you will be maintaining the software properly. And after the once verification and maintenance is done, you'll be releasing the product to the client and even to the market. So every model has its own advantage and disadvantage. So advantages of this waterfall model is like it is simple and easy to understand. It works well only for small projects, and it is each phase is very clearly defined here, and it is easily arranged. So it has some disadvantage also. So no working software will be produced, like until all the stages are completed, then only that product will be released, and then only the software is released. So no working like software will be produced until all the life cycles are completed. So the second disadvantage is high amount of risk and uncertainty here. So, and the third is it is not a good model to for complex projects and even the object oriented projects. So here you cannot backtrace to the previous thing. So if you're like working in the implementation phase and you want to make some changes in the design, so backtracking from implementation to design phase is not possible in this model. So let us go to the second question. So the second question is create a document on V model and explain each phase in your own words. So V model means it is verification and validation model. So verification model, it will be having the requirement gathering phase, system analysis, software design, module design, and the coding phase. So each phase after the requirement gathering is done, testing is also performed along with it. So every phase will be having their own testing. So requirement gathering is done, along with that acceptance testing will be done. So system analysis will be done, along with that the system testing also will be done. So software design, once the phase is completed, along with that integration testing also will be done, and module designing once it is completed, so along with that unit testing also will be performed. So what is verification and what is validation we need to know. So verification means we are going to check whether we are building the product right. So whatever the client has given, so you have to build this product. Are we building the product rightly or no? We are going to verify in this verification. And what is validation? We are going to check whether we are building the right product. So this product specification is already done, so you are building that product in a right, so the right product is being done, produced or no, we are going to check in the validation. So so the first is the requirement gathering. So all the requirements will be specified by the client. So what are the analysis of this requirement? So requirement analysis will be done next. So the design part will be done, software design and development. So the module design is something like a big project is given, or consider an example of WhatsApp. So let us consider an example of WhatsApp. WhatsApp has many features. So the first feature let us consider to be the text feature. So the next feature will be an adding an emoji. So in this module is something that it is divided into parts. So each part will be like the text feature is one module, the adding of emoji will be another module. So module designing means separation of software, or dividing the software into different components will be done in module designing. So this was all about this verification model. So we'll look into this advantage and disadvantage of this. The advantage is that preparation for testing would start at early stage, because of whatever you're performing, like if one specific, let us take for requirement gathering, so the testing will be done along with itself. So you need not wait like for the implementation phase, and then like after the development is done, then only you can test. That is not happening here. So along with the particular stage, you are going even performing the testing. So what are the disadvantages? So requirement changes is not acceptable here. So like if you're as it was in the waterfall model, so if your some design needs to be changed once after implementation, so back tracing or backtracking cannot be performed here. So requirement changes is not acceptable. That is, backtracking also is not possible. So what is the third question? Create a detailed document on agile model and explain it in your own words. So what is agile model? So agile model also has its following stages. So the first stage is the requirement, design, develop, test, and then deploy. So how this is going to perform? So let me take an example of WhatsApp itself. So the software is WhatsApp here. So you will be having many modules, and it will be split into different modules. So let us consider the first module to be the text module. So the text module for the requirements for the text module will be considered first, then they will design it, they will develop the text module, they will test it, and then they will deploy. So they want to add another module, that is, let us say the emoji. Then the requirement for that emoji will be considered taken, then they will design it, they will develop, they will test, and then deploy. So let us consider another feature or another module to be the video call and the audio. So for that purpose also, they will collect all the requirements, design, develop, test, and then they will deploy it. So agile model work like this. The software will be like split into different parts, and each will be running simultaneously. So if the specification or the requirement is given by the client in the very early stage, so if they have asked us to build this WhatsApp application for the text as well as the emoji thing, then we'll be building that. So here it is, the WhatsApp. I have taken an example of WhatsApp. So this is the text feature and this is the emoji feature here. So if the client has given us the requirement to build only text feature, it will be built. And if they have asked us to like add new functionality, that is the emoji feature, even that can be done. If they ask us to even do some changes in this video, and like if they ask us to add the video and the audio thing also, that can also be implemented here in this agile model. So what is the advantage and disadvantage of agile model? So requirement change is allowed at any stage. So first if they are asking us to only build this uh, text and the emoji thing, So if they are asking us to even build for the video thing, even after the test phase is completed or the development phase is completed, even then we can change this. So requirement change is allowed at any stage. So release of the product will be very fast because simultaneously different modules will be running. So the text feature will be running in a different module, so every module, so release of the product will be very early. So there are some disadvantages as well. So in this module, only the senior people like who are experienced people will be allowed to make any decisions. So take any decisions, only the senior people are accepted to take or allowed to take the decisions. So there is no much of importance given to design and documentation. So if we are having any documented process, we can look back and say, like, if the document is written and it is kept, it is stored somewhere, we can go and check even after 100 days, 1000 days, we can go and check the document, it will be in a written thing. So document, there is no much importance given in this agile model for the design and documentation phase. So these were the assignment questions. Thank you.